Alvin and Peiko, who had been loaded onto a ship in Madagascar, arrived in South Africa and began waiting fearfully inside a cage. Not knowing what would happen to them or where they would be taken, both were very scared. After a while, the staff put Alvin and Peiko in separate cages. These two friends, who didn't want to be separated, thought they would never see each other again. However, Peiko escaped from the cage after a while, flew away, and hid in a secret place. When Alvin was left alone in the cage, he started crying. "I'll never see Peiko again. I'm all alone. Save me," he cried. But no one heard him, and he had to wait for a long time. Later, an employee came and took him to a zoo. People gathered around Alvin because it was their first time seeing a penguin, constantly taking pictures of him. Alvin fainted due to both the intense attention and the extreme heat. His small body could no longer withstand the longing for his family and the stress. The officials immediately took Alvin to the vet. Peiko, who was watching Alvin from a distance, quickly came over to him. "Hang in there, my dear friend. You'll be fine and you'll be reunited with your family," he said, trying to cheer his friend up. When the veterinarians realized Alvin was hungry, they immediately fed him. After a while, Alvin came to, opened his eyes, and started eating. Peiko shouted, "Yes, sis." Alvin opened his eyes. When Alvin recovered, an official came and took him away, putting him back in the cage and loading him onto a truck. However, Peiko remained outside and couldn't prevent Alvin from being taken away. Even though he flew for a long time following him, he eventually lost sight of him. When Peiko realized he would never see his friend Alvin again, he cried for hours. "Alvin, I'll miss you so much, my friend. I hope you get back to your mom and dad as soon as possible," he shouted. The attendant put Alvin, who was in the cage, on a plane. With nowhere left to run, Alvin sadly tried to guess where they were taking him. He felt terrible, separated not only from his parents but also from his friend Peiko. Alvin fell asleep from exhaustion after a long flight. However, when he woke up, he looked out the window and was shocked, because everything was covered in snow and the weather was very cold. The places he saw looked very similar to where he came from, his home. After a while, he realized he was back home, back in Antarctica. Suddenly, he started shouting, "Oh my God, I'm home. I'm going to see my mom and dad." He was so much happier now and wanted to get off the plane and go straight to his family. The officer took Alvin's cage off the plane and put him in a van to take him to an unknown location. After a short drive, the van stopped, and Alvin looked around, trying to figure out where he was. The attendant took him to a zoo. While Alvin wanted to reunite with his family, he suddenly found himself in the penguin section of a zoo. There were lots of people around, and everyone was watching Alvin. He couldn't make sense of the situation and began to feel scared. After everything he had been through, Alvin, unable to endure anymore, had fallen asleep. He knew he was very close to home now, but he was still sad because he was not yet free. In his dream, Alvin saw the moment he was reunited with his parents and suddenly woke up, crying out, "Mommy, Daddy, I missed you so much." When morning came, Alvin saw that the cage door was open and immediately escaped, setting off for home. Now there was nothing stopping him from reuniting with his family. Let's see if our little friend Alvin will reunite with his mom and dad at the end of this adventure. Let's wait and experience this excitement together with Alvin.
Let's see where little Alvin will be in his next adventure. Hey, if you want to join Alvin on his new adventures, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and turn on notifications. You can decide where the next adventures will take place. All you need to do is write the address of the new adventure in the comments. See you in Alvin's next adventure.